All right, everybody, happy Sunday night. Welcome to Music on the Menu on the River. Alan K. Stout, as I always am, Sunday nights, 9 to 10 o'clock, bringing you regional artists from northeastern Pennsylvania doing their own original tunes. Hanging out with D.C. Taylor. D.C., good evening.
Yes. Hi, Alan. How are you?
I'm doing just fine, fine. Looking forward to tonight's program because, as we mentioned last week, we told you he was coming in, and he's here with us this evening. Chris Hludzik is here to talk about his brand new EP, The Sky's Limit. Chris, welcome to Music on the Menu.
Thank you very much for having me, Alan.
Appreciate you being here. We spoke with you. We've been playing you on the show for years. We spoke with you during the pandemic.
Yes.
When I was off the air here. I did a podcast series. I did 19 shows where we talked to people from the arts and entertainment community about how they were navigating through that challenging time. We did those early in 2020, before the vaccine had come out. Mm-hmm. So everybody was still stuck at home. I couldn't get up here to do the shows, and we had a really good conversation. You know, I think we talked for over 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, we talked for about an hour.
Was it that long?
We could have probably talked for 2 if we wanted to.
Yeah, just shooting the breeze about music, and so it's kind of nice to have you in here tonight with a little bit more of a focused topic. You know, this evening we're gonna talk about your new record. Chris is from Archbald, PA, in Lackawanna County. He has 13 official releases going back for quite a few years. And he's got a new EP out called Sky's Limit. Before we get to playing some of the tracks, and we're going to open the show with the title track, Chris, tell us a little bit about this record. When did you start working on it? Where did you record it? What studios have you worked at? You know, what brought us to this evening?
Oh, there was a lot that brought us to this evening. So, in the past year, I went through a divorce. And I know it's like a cliche thing, like, oh, it's a divorce record, but it's really not. But that kind of did inform a lot of the material on this.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I thought that might be the case when I listened to the record. Okay. I did not know that until just now.
Yeah.
But the songs, I knew something was going on.
Yeah, something was definitely going on. And it's funny because I wasn't really planning on writing anything when and then this happened. And, just the things that were going on in my life at the time, these songs just kind of came out. I just started writing stuff, and it was kind of, therapeutic for me in a way, I guess. And, I know that sounds kind of cliche, but, and the songs just came out of me.
I don't think it's cliche at all. I think that most of the songs that we hear, so many of the classic songs and the songs that we hear in pop music, rock music, all types of country music, were inspired by, relationships, happy times, sad times, breakups. I've written some songs. I wrote a song when I got divorced 9 years ago, and I said to somebody, writing a song about a woman, I can't think of anything else I'd want to write a song about.
Yeah.
So I understand, where you're coming from there. Where did you do the record?
So I did the recording at my house and at my friend Brian Brophy's house, who plays drums on it, piano. I have a background as a recording engineer. I worked at Sound Investments recording studios for a number of years. The album actually got mastered, the EP rather, got mastered at Sound Investments, and one of the songs, the single from the EP, Fighting With Myself, was mixed at Sound Investments.
Okay. So, we'll talk a little bit more about it throughout the whole program. We're going to play a couple tracks from the record and talk to Chris throughout the whole program this evening. Let's get to it. This is the title track. This one's called The Sky's Limit. Chris Hludzik.
Happiness is expensive. Are you willing to pay the price? 'Cause the damage is quite extensive once you roll the dice. I don't mean to be so curt as the good times turn to sad, but if it wasn't meant to hurt, then why the hell does it hurt so bad? Now the promise has been broken, these empty words fill my book, and the last ones have been spoken, but I'd like to have another look. try to fit into the mold, but the promise has been broken. These empty words filled my book, and the last ones haven't spoken. But I'd like to take another look, just to see if I missed something, or maybe just misunderstood, or if it all was really nothing and it turned out just the way it should. Some say the sky's the limit, but what's the limit to the sky? If you knew there was nothing in it, then why the hell did we even try?
Chris Hludzik with a new one. That one's called The Sky's Limit, and that is the title track from his brand new EP. We talked a little bit in the opening segment, Chris, about the inspiration for the EP and, you know, things going on in your life that inspired it. But as a whole, going back to, what year did your first release come out?
That would have been 2008.
Okay, so you're going back, you know,
going back quite a ways.
to 17 years now.
Yeah.
Over the course of all those years, you know, what more often than not has led to your inspiration to write songs?
You know, I've always been a person, like, I like to write songs kind of about emotions, not necessarily, you know, people, places, or things, although I have written songs like that. But I tend to more write about, like, kind of, I guess, the results of things happening, or things that lead up to why something happened, you know. I've always kind of liked to look at things from that perspective. I find it, you know, to be just, it's a different way of looking at things, you know.
Yeah.
A little unusual, I guess.
Not always just necessarily first person. Sometimes.
No, sometimes it's a lot of things that I'll observe, you know.
I mean, the song we're going to play a little bit later in the show, which you know I love, the Nicholson Bridge song, is obviously not an experience you had. You did not help build that bridge.
No, I did not.
You know, but you wrote a really great song about it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, I always wanted to write a song about the Nicholson Bridge, and I don't know, I was just always, like, afraid to, because I didn't know if I could do it justice. And then I started thinking about, like, well, what could I write about? Like, and I figured everybody always talks about, like, the size of the bridge and how old the bridge is. What about, like, the people that built it?
That's the story.
What about the impact it had on the area? You know what I mean? Like, that to me was the story, and that was how I came up with the song. You know?
Very cool. Very cool. Let's go back to the new one. We're going to get to that one a little later in the show, but let's play another one from the Sky's Limit EP. This one's called Put Away Past. Chris Hludzik.
Put the pictures away, free them from their frames. The memories will stay, unlike the faces and names. Clean the dust off the shelf that once surrounded them, and take a look at yourself. Try to remember when people said they'd always be there, and you had no doubt in your mind that they would. When you rolled through every day without a care, and the plot wasn't easily misunderstood. Put the pictures away, take them off the wall. Soon they'll start to dismay, and like your hopes you'll fall. Close the book on the past. Behind a closet door, slow the feelings down fast. In the back of a drawer, 'cause when you look at each one of those flashbacks, and you're the only one who hasn't changed, you stop to ask yourself if you could backtrack. Is there a chance that your whole life might be rearranged? pictures someday. The memories won't end here. New ones will enter the fray that you'll hold just as dear. But no more pictures today. I think it's for the best. I guess I'm trying to say my mind's I need to rest.
Chris Hludzik with a song called Put Away Past, and that's from his brand new record, The Sky's Limit. We're hanging out here with Chris on the show tonight, talking about the new EP, playing a couple of tracks from the record, playing almost really all of them, Chris, except for the instrumental, which is called Autumn's Last Gas, which I really love.
Thank you.
And I listened to it a couple times, but obviously being a rock station here, we don't play instrumentals, but I want to mention that track as being particularly beautiful.
Do you want to know something? Thank you very much. You want to know something funny? Before I actually wrote these songs, I had thought about potentially doing like a full instrumental project, and that was one of them that was going to be on it. And then I went through a bunch of other stuff I had, and I was like, maybe I'm not that good at the instrumentals.
Oh,
but
beautiful.
that one was good, and I liked it, and I kept it.
That's a beautiful song. So it's a 4-song EP.
Yes.
We already played Sky's Limit. We played Put Away Past. We're going to play the first song that you sent us, Fighting With Myself, next. And, of course, the instrumental is the other track. Chris, take us back to your formative years as a musician. I know that we talked about this on the podcast. Hard to believe that was 3.5 years ago, I guess. But some of your influences as a musician, some of your inspirations.
I mean, you can't not mention the Beatles. You know, the Beatles, the Stones, the Who, all the 60s British rock, It's funny because a lot of the stuff I like, I don't really sound like, I guess.
Hear that a lot from some guests on the show.
Because everybody will ask me, like, who's your favorite guitarist or something? I'll say, well, Jeff Beck. I don't sound anything like him, so don't compare me to him,
Sure.
Just, stuff like that. And then of course, there's like songwriters that I really like Ian Hunter from Mott the Hoople is one of my favorites.
You wrote a song about him.
I wrote a song about him.
You did.
I also like, as far as like some newer stuff, even though he's really not new, I like Ben Folds. He's a really great songwriter. And Billy Joel, of course, is brilliant.
Absolutely. Great range of influences there. And I know we've talked about our mutual affinity for the Who in the past. Pete Townsend was really, when you think about the fact that he wrote Tommy, I'm going to do a double concept album. And this is like 10 years after like Buddy Holly and like Elvis and stuff.
I mean, you could even go back further than that. I mean, when he wrote My Generation, Hope I Die Before I Get Old, when, a lot of other bands were still singing like love songs, it was like, what is this?
Yeah. Townsend was radical.
Yes.
So let's play another one from Chris Hludzik. This one's called Fighting With Myself.
I'm not happy, but I'm trying. I tell the truth, but I'd be lying. These days I'm less than okay. I just let the chips fall where they may. I'm hopeful, but I'm bitter. I never was an easy quitter. I ride things out to the end. There's no point in trying to make amends, because I'm fighting with myself, and I always seem to lose. Yes, I'm fighting with myself, and it's not a battle that I would choose. I'm grown, but I'm a child. My emotions still run wild. Things never did turn clear. My experience became fear. I know, but I'm still clueless. Some days I feel I just can't do this. Hold your head up, they all say. But thoughts get heavier every day, because I'm fighting with myself. easy, but I'm trying. I have to smile to keep from crying. Some days you won't be okay, but it won't always be that way. 'Cause you're just fighting with yourself, and you're trying hard to win. When you're fighting with yourself, it's all about the state of mind you're in. And we're all fighting with ourselves, and we're trying not to lose. Yes, we're fighting with ourselves, and it's not a battle that anyone would choose.
Chris Hludzik, that was the lead single from his new The Sky's Limit EP called Fighting With Myself. We're going to play a couple of more songs from Chris now, not from the new EP, including the Nicholson Bridge track that we had talked about earlier. And we're going to follow that up with a song called Like Ian Hunter, which when you dropped that song a couple of years ago, we played quite a bit. We already talked about Nicholson Bridge tune, but talked about the Ian Hunter tune. What inspired that, other than obviously fandom, right?
Yeah, well, I just always really liked his lyrics. I tend to like lyricists that don't really like sugarcoat stuff too much. Ian Hunter was always very direct, and he just always had he had a way with words, and I just always thought he was really interesting. But he could also write really beautiful songs too. Like Irene Wild is one of his great songs, and I play that out whenever I play live. And I always found his way of writing fascinating, and also the fact that he's unapologetically British.
Oh yeah,
he doesn't try to change his voice like some British singers will try to sound like American or something. It's no, he's British and that's it. But I've just always liked him. I liked his work with Mott the Hoople. I think a lot of his solo stuff's brilliant. He actually just released an album this past year.
In this day and age, it would have been so difficult 25 years ago. But in this day and age, is it possible when you write a song like that that's a tribute to an artist that you think they may have heard it somehow, through the internet or through fan sites? And
it's a nice thought. I don't know if it ever happened. I did try sending a copy of the single to his management. I don't know if it ever got to him.
You did that?
I did try.
Sure, why not?
Just for the heck of it. And I even wrote in the letter, I'm not trying to be a creep. I just wanted to, I don't want you to put out a, restraining order on me.
No,
I was just, and it's funny.
I would not have thought that at all.
Yeah. The way I came up with that song was I was trying to write a song, and I was having a really hard time. And I just thought, I wish I could write a song like Ian Hunter. And then I was like, that's it.
There you go.
The light bulb went off over my head, and that was it.
That's awesome. Let's play both of them. This is the Nicholson Bridge, Bigger Than Us All, followed by Like Ian Hunter, Chris Hludzik.
Got to find a better way. All work, no more play. Gotta move 'em out today. Here or there is too damn long for the train whistle to cry its song. They should be fast, not just strong. Here or there is too damn long. So if we can't ride over, just ride through. Our method is tried and true. And if we can't ride through, we'll just ride on top. No need to slow down, no need to stop. So gather your fathers and brothers too. Lord knows that there's a job to do. Get your sons and cousins, the order is tall. This bridge is bigger than us all. Gotta move 'em out today. We're sure to find a better way. Our work, no more play. concrete, sweat on our brows. We never knew and we never learned how. It didn't matter, it was all for the goal of moving people, iron and coal. So if they can't ride over, we'll just dig through. This method is tried and true. And if they can't ride through, we'll just build on top. We won't slow down until we drop. 3 long years we toiled in pain for an arched great tower amongst the plain. No fame or fortune, but we answered the call. This bridge is bigger than us all. Gotta move them out today. There's got to be a better way. I'll work, no more play. Gotta move them out today. Sleepy town in the north put its youngest and strongest forth to ensure that the railroad line makes the trip all in good time. So now they all ride over and they all ride through. Some said it was too good to be true. And when they all ride through, they all wait from the top. No need to slow down, no need to stop. 30 dead, maybe more, all lost to this industrial war. The tears like rain did fall on the bridge bigger than us all. Gotta move them out today. They finally found a better way. So high was the price to pay just to move them out today. Wish I could ride like Ian Hunter, but I came around too late. Never did have his worm's eye point of view. Don't even know how I'd relate. I wish I could sing like Ian Hunter, rough but keying in time. Straight from the throat, straight from the heart, racing rhythm and rhyme. Oh, I wish there were more Ian Hunters, then the world would be fine. They wouldn't screw around, tell it like it is, call it straight down the line. I wish I could talk like Ian Hunter, but I wouldn't be as cool. Couldn't pull off that cocky attitude, I'd just be another fool. I wish I could think like Ian Hunter, or at least get inside his mind. I'd never be at a loss for words, the answers I'd always find. Oh, I wish there were more Ian Hunters, then the world would be fine. They wouldn't screw around, tell it like it is, call it straight down the line. His sincerity means a lot to me, but no one will ever know. 'Cause all the good ones were taken so long ago. But there's only one Ian Hunter. I guess that'll do for now. There's 'Cause the truth from just one Ian Hunter is too much for the world anyhow. Just like Ian Hunter, just like Ian Hunter, just like Ian Hunter, just like Ian Hunter. Just like Ian Hunter, just like Ian Hunter.
Chris Hludzik here on Music on the Menu with a song called Like Ian Hunter. That one goes back a couple of years. And before that, another one for Chris, a song called The Nicholson Bridge, Bigger Than Us All. That one also goes back a couple of years. I think the Ian Hunter song's older than the...
Yeah, Like Ian Hunter came out in 2017.
Yep.
The Nicholson Bridge came out in 2019.
See, I remember. So, Chris, it's been great hanging out with you here tonight on the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Best of luck with the new EP. Just remind folks where they can get it. You're on all the usual platforms.
I'm on chrishludzik.bandcamp.com. If people want to check out any of my other stuff, they can go to chrishludzik.com. That's my website. All my links are there, YouTube, Facebook, everything.
All right. Well, best of luck. We appreciate you coming in, and we appreciate you sending us the music.
Thank you very much for playing it.
We'll catch you next Sunday night.